So, Joe, let's switch back here. Why are some people, once again, turning against mail-in voting? Did you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's an effort to control the election or to win the election. And historically, with the Republicans in power right now, they won the presidential election. Typically, the midterm does not go the way of the party that is in power.
Yes,
and
that's true.
That would have been true also 4 years ago, 4 years before that. Like, it's historically, when Biden was in power, midterm didn't really go his way so much.
No, that's true.
Went towards the GOP. So to me, this is Trump's way to try to keep his advantage. Might have been for mail-in voting a couple years ago after he realized, whoa, we really need to get out the vote after losing during COVID, which you brought up.
So he's the challenger, and then he says, oh, I got to get my votes in.
Yep.
But now that he's the incumbent and he's concerned about losing power in the Congress,
yeah,
now he's saying, whoa, let's limit voting.
He's saying that without saying that out loud.
Okay.
But that is what he's up to.
You realize the GOP spent tens of millions of dollars on the messaging to get the mail-in ballots for 2024?
And there are still a number of states out there where the GOP is saying, hey, get out and vote. Mail in your vote.
Like ours.
And it's going to be very confusing to some people when they've got President Trump saying, don't vote by mail.
You can't trust it.
Don't do it.
I mean, that kind of burned him in 2020. They estimate that a lot of people didn't vote by mail because they didn't trust the system. He told them not to trust the system.
And I think it's going to kind of burn him again this time now, too. Like, why would you disincentivize people from voting? Like you said, you mail in your vote, it's counted, it's in, you've got it.
Is he already setting up excuses?
That could be one reason.
I kind of feel like conspiracy begets conspiracy, right? So he claims that Vladimir Putin told him that voting by mail, it's impossible not to have a rigged election when you vote by mail and have those machines.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said. So is that Vladimir Putin claiming that he's interfering with our elections? Is that Vladimir Putin claiming that the last election was rigged for Trump? It doesn't make sense to make that claim other than on the surface, a bad guy says, here's how I broke into your house.
Well, and the problem is he's flip-flopped on it, too, a couple times. So
Yes.
it's like, don't you have to pick one way or the other?
No.
It can't have been rigged during COVID, but then good 2
For
years
me.
ago.
But now bad again.
again.
See, and I think this is what happens in our current everything is someone else's fault era. So we just point to things that are unfamiliar and we say, that's why things aren't turning out how I wanted. There's this grand scheme and I'm a victim. And we actually see this with incels and racists and xenophobes and always with no account politicians. Massive mail-in voting. Now, I'm not talking about Arizona. We've been doing it for a while, but massive mail-in voting was new to the majority of the country in 2020. And things didn't go well for Trump's party. So what do? They blame the thing that is different, right? Mm-hmm. But the stat geek said, wait a minute. Our voters are the ones that use mail-in voting more often. You can't tell them not to use it or we're going to lose votes. So the push shifted back in 2024. They got to get your ballots in early, mail them in now, they cried. And then that worked. Trump got elected. Mm-hmm. But now there is a push to reconnect with the roots, the victim class. And I think those same people who see everything bad in their lives as part of a broad-reaching conspiracy, and the beauty of a good conspiracy is you can't disprove it. Vladimir Putin isn't going to come out and say, I never said that to Trump.
No.
He's never going to do that, right? Mm-hmm. A good conspiracy taps into the feelings of helplessness so that the fight against the shadows feels productive, even if it's futile. I'm fighting this thing. There's nothing hitting you. Oh, yes, it is everywhere. It's kind of like when you see somebody who says they're being attacked by mosquitoes. I can't see the mosquitoes. I don't know that there's mosquitoes. I have a reason to doubt them, but ever watch somebody that's just fighting off mosquitoes? You can't see them. They just look like they're going crazy. Yes, that's what happens. You believe in the conspiracy, even if it defies all logic, because you want to believe. It makes you feel better. It empowers you. It relieves you of responsibility. Your stress about why you're losing or whatever the disappointment is in your own life changes. It becomes anger over these nefarious and nebulous forces, those nasty mosquitoes that nobody else can see, that picked you out and they made you your target. So you go from being a supporting character to, I'm a main character, someone that is worth picking on. I'm special. And then you are a hero if you stand up to those evildoers. I killed those nasty shadows that were in the darkness by simply pointing out the boogeyman. And if you create that boogeyman, it gives cover to do things that would otherwise be unacceptable, like changing redistricting mid-decade. Well, we had to do it because the Democrats were cheating their way into Congress. Sure, we may have won all of the House. We may have won the Senate. We may have won the White House, but the Democrats are cheating. You know they are. So we better do some redistricting mid-session. So now California goes, how dare you? We better do it too. So all of a sudden you just say the boogeyman is out to get us. And now we have to do this terrible thing that we otherwise never would have wanted to do, but you've tied my hands.
Well, and it builds in the excuse too if you lose.
It's exactly right.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.